Hello! In this video, I would like to share some information about 3 exams of academic English: TOEFL IBT, TOEFL PBT and IELTS. What is TOEFL? TOEFL is a test of English as a foreign language. TOEFL IBT is internet-based test. You can take it at one of ETS centers and you will have to do all the tasks on the computer. TOEFL PBT is paper-based. Not all universities accept it, but some do. It is different from IBT in some sections, and I will tell you about IBT and PBT tests' differences later in this video. IELTS is International English Language Testing System that measures the language proficiency of people who want to study or work where English is used as a language of communication. There are 2 types of IELTS. IELTS General. IELTS General is the exam for those who would like to immigrate to Canada, Australia or other English-speaking countries. And IELTS Academic. IELTS Academic exam is the academic version of IELTS compared to TOEFL IBT. So, what are the differences between these 3 tests and which is the best for you? One of the main differences is American or British English. If you live in the United States and going to apply for an American university, it will be more sensible for you to take TOEFL. If you are more used to British pronunciation or the university you are applying for requires IELTS, you will have to take IELTS. Another important difference is timing. TOEFL IBT is 4 hours, TOEFL PBT is 2 hours and 50 minutes, and IELTS is 2 hours and 45 minutes. But you will have to spend 2 days to take IELTS test because they conduct speaking on a different day. The fact that IELTS is shorter does not mean that it is easier. There is no easy test. Some people think that IELTS is easier, but others prefer TOEFL. TOEFL IBT and IELTS have 4 sections: speaking, listening, writing, and reading. But they are organized differently and have their own peculiarities. TOEFL PBT does not have a speaking section, but it has structure and written expression section where you will have to identify grammar mistakes in the sentence and fill in the gaps with the appropriate word. Other sections of TOEFL PBT are reading, listening and writing, which are similar to those of TOEFL IBT and IELTS. Now let us look into every skill of these 3 tests in detail. Reading. In TOEFL IBT, you will have to read 3 to 5 texts during 60 to 100 minutes and answer 42 multiple choice questions. In TOEFL PBT, you will have to read 5 texts during 50 minutes and answer 55 questions. In IELTS, you will have 60 minutes for reading section and you are supposed to read 3 texts and do different types of tasks: true, false, not given, use the word from the text, name the paragraphs, etc. Listening. In TOEFL IBT, you will have to listen to 6 texts and answer 34 multiple choice questions, and you will have 40 minutes for this. The texts are mostly campus conversations and academic lectures. You have to take notes while you listen and then answer multiple choice questions. You should expect to hear North American English accent. In listening section of TOEFL PBT, you will have to answer 50 multiple choice questions in 35 minutes. Listening section starts with very short and easy texts, and they become longer and more difficult. Texts in the very beginning contain only 3 to 4 sentences, and there is only 1 question per text. As you proceed, texts become longer and there are more questions for every text. You will hear some everyday situations, campus conversations, academic lectures. You will have to take notes while you listen, and then answer multiple choice questions. The speakers will mostly use North American English accent. In the IELTS listening section, you will have 30 minutes and 3 texts to listen. You should write the answers while you listen. The questions are multiple choice and fill in the gaps. You might also be asked to complete a chart while you listen. Texts are mostly academic talks between a student and a professor, telephone conversations, etc. Most speakers have British English accent. Writing. TOEFL IBT and IELTS have 2 types of writing, and TOEFL PBT has only one. In TOEFL IBT, you will have to produce 2 pieces of writing, integrated and independent. The integrated task consists of a 300-word reading passage and a 2-minute lecture on the same academic topic. You take notes on the information in each of the passages, and then you must write a 100 to 200-word response about how the information in the 2 passages is related. The independent task consists of an essay topic. You must write an essay on the topic which is given. The ideas in your essay come from your own personal experience rather than from the material that is given to you. You will have to write 300-350 words in 30 minutes. As I've mentioned before, TOEFL PBT has only one writing task, which is very similar to independent writing task of TOEFL IBT. IELTS writing section has 2 pieces of writing, an opinion essay, which is very similar to independent writing task of TOEFL IBT, and writing task of TOEFL PBT. In the second writing of IELTS, you will have to describe a chart or a graph using 200 to 250 words in 20 minutes. Speaking section. In TOEFL IBT, you will have to record your speaking. You are with the computer and headphones and the speaker, and you will be asked to record your responses to 6 different kinds of tasks. You have to speak for 45 seconds, and your longest answer will be 60 seconds. You will have to record 6 tasks, and you will spend about 20 minutes for TOEFL IBT speaking section. During IELTS speaking test, you are with the examiner. Speaking is usually held on a different day from the main test. There are 3 stages in IELTS speaking section. During the first stage, you will warm up and answer the questions about yourself. During the second stage, you will be given a card and about 2 minutes to study it, and then you will have to speak about it for 2 minutes. During the third stage, you will have the discussion with the examiner. IELTS speaking section usually takes from 11 to 14 minutes. If you want to succeed in taking TOEFL or IELTS tests and get a high score, you are welcome to register for our online TOEFL and IELTS training. We guarantee that in 2 months you will acquire all necessary skills and strategies to succeed in TOEFL or IELTS. Thanks for watching.